Well, good morning, boys and girls. Don here with Adventures of the Broken Retired. Thank you so much for being here. Really do appreciate it. Elmer the Reckless Remote, and I, thank you for being here. Today is August 21st, 2025. Last month, July 21st, was the day I posted my first video. Let me turn this off. It's going to go out anyway. That's much better. July 21st was when I posted my first video on YouTube. Since then, it's been an unbelievably, really crazy. I'm not sure exactly how to explain it. I was hoping maybe I would have, maybe 100 subscribers or so within a few months. That was kind of a lofty goal for me. I didn't know what to expect, but from what I could see, the people who had successful channels on here had been doing it for a long time, and it was almost pointless at my age. If you've had a YouTube channel for 14 years and you've got, and you're what I'll consider to be successful, which in my book, successful would mean, hang on. In my book, thank you. In my book, successful would mean you've got, 50,000, 100,000 subscribers. You got 300 videos out there, 400 videos. You got a good fan base. That would be successful. And most all those people that were doing that had channels that had been there for quite some time. So I knew that I was going to retire. Pretty basically, I've worn my body out working over the years, and starting to lose my mobility. And so doing physical labor all day was out of the question. The last couple of years have been extremely, extremely painful and difficult. So I knew I was going to have to do something different. So how about this? How about we just shoot straight up honest with you? So, yes, I can retire. Actually, I've already filed for retirement now. But it's not necessarily what I want to do. I don't want to sit on the front porch in a rocking chair. I want to be a productive citizen. I want to contribute. I want to do something. You know what I mean? Not just, a man. From what I understand, I could be wrong. From what I understand, women judge their success in life by their relationships, whereas men judge their success in life by their work. And I don't want to stop. I don't want to quit being productive. I don't want to, I have that drive to go, So anyway, so I knew I was going to have to retire. So what I decided to do is, hey, I can find a job. A lot of people are working from home. I can find a job sitting here behind a computer, working. Or maybe even if I have to go to work every day, get a job sitting behind a desk, which I've had before, and do that. Well, when you're 66 years old, nobody wants to hire you, okay? Because they're looking for people that they can put in positions that are going to be there for a while. They're not looking for somebody that's 66 years old, even to work from home. And in my search over a couple of months, it didn't go very well. It was pretty disappointing, to be honest with you. In the meantime, I'm having to go out and do physical labor all day, which is painful. So I decided, you know what? I'll give YouTube a shot, and we'll see what happens. If nothing else, maybe it'll be fun to do. Who knows? So July 21st, I threw the first video out there, and my luck was just unbelievable. I couldn't, and I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. I posted the video, and if I recall correctly, it was the next morning I got up and I came down here to my office, and I brought the email up on the screen, and I was all excited. I had to run go get Amy, and Amy and I came in here. We looked at the screen. I had 5 subscribers overnight, 5 subscribers, and I was partying in the street, and so I kept pumping videos out there and kept accumulating subscribers and watched hours and comments galore, most of which were most pretty much all the comments were really, really nice. Some of them were, there's some people, what can you say? Anyway, so in a month, I went from nobody. Oh, Ed and Barney are internet sensations now too. They just don't realize it yet. I hope they never figure it out. They might think they're too good to live here and go take off and go to Hollywood or something. Anyway, since July 21st, I've been extremely, extremely lucky. I've accumulated 2,400. It peaked out at 2,445 subscribers. It's dropped off some. It's down to 2,430. Trust me, I am not complaining. I think 2,430 subscribers in your first month is like just a massive explosion. I don't know how it happened. I've been extremely lucky is all I can say. You viewers have made that happen. I really do appreciate that. Very, very much. I appreciate that. It's gone down now to 25, 30. I've lost 15 subscribers in the last probably week. I had some people suggest what it was. One thing that I found out about this YouTube thing, in my opinion, first of all, it's very easy to do. And second of all, once you spend some time surfing around on the YouTube screen in your own YouTube channel, there's a lot of information in there. And one of the pages of information is the analytics, how many viewers you get, average. There's a lot of information there, and it's useful information to help steer you in the right direction. So I had some people suggest reasons why I may have lost some subscribers, 15 in total. And it goes up and down a little bit. It'll go back up 2 or 3, then go back down 2 or 3. But they suggested that there were reasons. They gave the reasons they thought maybe I had lost subscribers. So I've been spending a bunch of time going through the analytics screen and looking to see where the subscribers were gained and lost. And the subscribers that I lost had nothing to do at all with anything anybody suggested may be the situation. They're just kind of random, one here, one there, 2 here, 1 there, just kind of a jumble of losses with no real pattern, which is why I attributed it to having heard the rumor that YouTube was tightening down on bots and kicking them out. I figured that's probably what that is, because it's too random, really, to be anything else, unless, of course, I don't know everything about YouTube. So who knows what I'm saying? Because I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm just making assumptions, I'm just guessing at it. That's all I've been doing. I've improved. I feel as though I've improved the videos quite a bit. Molly, my stepdaughter, buying me this camera stand and my Reckless remote was a wonderful, wonderful thing, because they gave me the opportunity to kind of move around in here a little bit and spread out a little bit. I wear the same shirt every time I record, because these are the shirts that I've worn for the last ever how many years advertising my company. I'm so used to getting up and putting these clothes on. I mean, there's a lot of people out there called on. So now that I'm retired from that, I'm going to figure out what I'm going to wear. I do all the recording from the office because it's so uncomfortably hot outside that you just sit there and just start pouring sweat. And who wants to see some old guy sweat? on the camera. I mean, really. Bear with me 1 second, please. Thank you. Nobody wants to see that. So after it cools off, I'm gonna get out there and do some on location stuff. There's some stories that I've got on my mind that need to be told from the site. One of the good things about changing my position here, I got more room to move around, but I don't have directional glare coming in. I covered up the window. I used high-tech cardboard and Scotch tape and a stapler to board up the window, to cover up the window to keep the glare from coming in there. This other light that you see over here shining on the wall behind me, that's the light from the ceiling fan. The ceiling fan is wonderful. I didn't put one in here when I first made this office. I was afraid to blow paperwork around, but the air in here is so still. Then I decided that I'd put one. Excuse me. Should have hit the pause button. I feel as though the videos have improved, but I need to change up the recording location a little bit because every thumbnail looks almost exactly the same. It's just what position I'm in, you know. So I need to change that up some. The big deal about changing that, it's 11 and a half minutes. I'm going to have to break this into two. This is Don with Adventures of the Broken Retired. Thank you so much for being here. This is part one of my 30th day, I guess. Sit tight. We're going to get Elmer to take us out, and we'll come back and do part two.